Okay, hello everyone. I think we should be live in 3 minutes. There's a 3 minutes delay, so you're not actually gonna see the difference. Uh, but I'm 3 minutes ahead. Well, actually, I'm 3 minutes late. How does that work? You see what happened after 3 minutes. So yeah, I'm in the future. Anyway, what are you looking at now is not the final, but is actually the match for the third place, or the Kubik Indas Das. This is the first game of the match, but I want to stream the third game of the match, DrBeeezz Jewdoka. That started yesterday. If you were watching yesterday, you know that was quite an intense match. And honestly, I would like to see. I would have to have a look at game number 2 that was played today, a few hours ago, and I had. Unfortunately, I was working. I couldn't stream or even watch it. But I would like to just quickly watch it now, review it now, and yeah, okay, analysis, okay, and then in 10 minutes the game number 3 should start. So interestingly, spoiler, DrBeeezz playing as black won the second game, so he's now ahead 2-0. So there are very good chances that DrBeeezz will win the match and become world champion. Never say never, of course. Jewdoka has not 9 but 90 lives. You never know. But let's see. I'm quite interested in what opening choices were made. So Jewdoka played the ladybug and the ant. So they played the Z opening, and DrBeeezz went for a snail. So this is what I usually call the snail. The idea is to create a pocket. At the same time, if the mosquito is pinned, as now, black can distract white and then warp the mosquito away, and now it creates a nice pocket for the beetle. This is pretty much, I will say, theory, even though there is not really a proper theory yet, but it's been seen quite. Wait, what happened? Yeah, it's been seen quite many times. So that's quite that's been, yeah, it's quite, even though usually white plays the pill bug here first. I think he was born for that, it was used for that, but then it's been used as a defense against many other white setup. I'm not sure though it's actually a good opening for white. It's easy to memorize, but I think it gives black quite comfortable, quite a comfortable idea, quite comfortable opening. So after this, black mosquito is threatening to cover the white mosquito, so probably the white mosquito has to move, although it's not clear where. Jewdoka went for pillbug harassment. This one is a bit surprising because black can easily pin the beetle and then shut down the mosquito, covering the beetle, right? So that's quite unusual. And white doesn't have any other spawn point to attack quickly. It could spawn on the white ant one here at the bottom, but it will take 1, 2, 3, 4 moves to cover the pill bug. The good advantage of white here is that black cannot really use this pocket, otherwise the white mosquito will use pillbug power to remove the queen from here. Again, it's not really clear 100% whether it's a good choice, but it's something you always have to consider, and so it's not it's not usually, oops, it's not played that much. What else? Let's go on. Well, it's interesting as well. Jewdoka attacked with an ant. The idea, I think, is similar. So if black plays a new piece here, tries to exploit this pocket, then white would win, right? So it basically prevents the pocket from being used. It's a sort of prevention. It seems an attack straight away, but it's also preventing black from using the pocket. Although the space right to the right of the pillbug still can be used. This is cover relief, I think, something like this. The mosquito now can move ahead or just go down and convert into an ant without being afraid of releasing the beetle. Okay, the spider is probably pinning the hopper there. Black could cover the queen. It doesn't do that though. I'm wondering if there is what would happen. What would happen is this probably this pillbug is not in a great situation, but it's not clear whether there is something. Anyway, let's go quickly. What happened after this and this? The game should start in a few minutes. So black covers the queen but doesn't have direct drop anymore. Well, actually now it has one. This attack, it might seem that white hasn't qualified really for the win because the black pillbug is still here, but it's not really a good health because the only two spaces where the queen can be moved into, they're not super safe either. This seems very aggressive. The queen now would be free to move, so oh, another ring. Okay, wow. I guess the idea is to throw the ant inside here using the pillbug. White breaks the pocket. White makes sure that the black queen cannot escape. Okay, black is actually two moves away from winning. Well, if he had another, actually three, because he needs to place a grasshopper here, then go here, and then climb down. But white doesn't allow that because it creates this ring that frees the white ladybug. So black goes right there on time to cover it. White moves the ant using pillbug power. Black used the last direct drop, and interestingly the spider also will be able to get into a kill spot. So okay, white keeps the black hand pinned. Black removes the mosquito from the attack, so the black queen seems a bit better, but white gets right on time. And the black pillbug is basically surrounded. White brings a hopper here. The black pillbug is surrounded now, but white needs an extra piece to win. Wow, that spider is actually in the right place at the right time. I would have... Okay, well, this has to be covered, so this is basically forced. Almost forced. White drops the last spider. Okay. So now black has to... Oh, wow. So moves the mosquito away, the beetle. So the beetle cannot drop in there. The black queen seems to breathe a little bit. And now black is really 2 moves away from winning. So black will go down with the beetle and then the ladybug moves in. And yeah, and there's nothing you can do. Okay, that's pretty intense. I think it would be good to analyze it in depth, but I think we don't have much time now. So we'll try to focus on the new game. Hello guys, Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. What do we have here? We have this. Okay, they haven't started yet because this is not scheduled, which we don't know which game which of these games they're gonna play. DrBeeezz plays black again, so let's see. Is Jewdoka gonna play the same opening or not? Sorry, this overlap here. Okay, this not too bad. of the text is not great, but I was actually talking before with Jongler, and he reminded me that actually Jewdoka is an expert, or at least he has some experience with the Beetle opening, which is very, very uncommon, but he has played it before. He has played it before a few times, so it's not impossible. Although it's a bit risky because he would. It's down to 0, right? So maybe he's not gonna play something so risky. But it'll probably be a fun game. I guess DrBeeezz is prepared for that. He's always pretty prepared. And yeah, it's not really a surprise the fact that Jewdoka plays that opening sometimes. Let me check if the audio is fine. Super safe. Okay, yeah, the audio seems fine. I always have this quiet voice. I don't know what to do, but everyone says I speak quietly in real life, and that also is true probably in the streaming. Let me see. Okay, not yet. Let's wait for. Oh, this. Sorry. Oh my. To get some water. And I need to get rid of this. It is horrible. Let me get rid of this. Okay. How was the bullet tournament today? I think it was quite fun. Let me see the results actually. Tournaments. Completed tournaments. Bullet. 10 players. Okay. Quadribet 1. 8.5 points. Wow. It's quite. Yes, bullet is quite wild, to be honest. It's it's really hard. It's really hard. I think the games are pretty crazy. But Quadribet is always in shape. Let's watch a game. What? Okay, no, it's only 3 minutes. I was afraid they wouldn't play, but still early. Well, they should have started 3 minutes ago, but it was all decided on Discord, so. Okay, let's wait. Let's watch. Let's review this game. Rise again, Quadribet. Just to have an idea. Also, bullet, you can place all sorts of openings. The fidget spinner. I think Pedro called it in this way. This opening. The fidget spinner. It's quite. It's okay. Quite okay. It works. Beetle gets up. Honestly, with 1 minute plus 2 seconds, there is barely anything to think, any time to Oh, okay, so that's it. That was it. That was it. What else? What else happened today? See some juicy games. Happy Kiwi Hive too. Let's see. White ladybug. White buffer. Snail for black. Let's refresh here. Have they started? Not yet. Oh, they did start. Oh, I missed it. I didn't refresh the page. Okay, so analysis. Let's go back to. Okay, cool. So, is it fine like this? Yeah, I think it should be fine. So, okay, white deviated from the opening played in game 2. Because in game 2, white played the mosquito here in elbow, or I'm not sure how to call it. It's like this tilted diamond, and here is playing the beetle in this diamond instead. And also black deviates from the original idea of the snail. I mean, this is also a very common idea, of course. It's basically I don't know how to call it. Happy Key, we played this quite a few times in the past, even opening with a hopper. It can go back into a snail, or it could not. White is basically preventing the snail from happening, because it controls this space to the right of the pillbug. But this, I wonder if this move. No, okay. I was just thinking if the white beetle could just walk here, taking advantage of the black ladybug pin, but that wouldn't work because black would just pin, and then. Although I've seen something like this happening in the past, but anyway, white goes for something like this. So Jewdoka pretty much has to win, otherwise has very low chances to. If this game ended in a draw, that the situation would be 2.5. So then DrBeeezz would have 2 whites and would need just 1 point to win. So Jewdoka is pretty much in a situation where it must win. Yeah, I think it will be interesting. Black, on the other hand, doesn't really need to be aggressive or to risk. What it's gonna do? I mean, this is a very natural move. There are many other moves, of course. Black could play a beetle in there. It could play another ant. What are the benefits of bringing the beetle before the mosquito? Thank you for the question. Sorry, I look at the questions a bit late, because there's a delay as well. Well, the main benefit is that if the ant moves, the beetle can still move on top of the hive, while the mosquito will lose ant power, right? Or will lose beetle power if the beetle moves. I would say it's still moving the mosquito is more flexible. It's a more flexible move because it can adapt to a different number of number of ideas, but I mean, it's also, you keep the mosquito for later in the game. It can be useful at some point later on. The beetle would go straight for attacking the queen. I guess here the idea is also that the white mosquito could jump in the pit. I don't know how you call it, this area, and convert into a beetle and then attack. So this beetle in this case is only used as a sort of a sacrifice to help the conversion of the mosquito. But I mean, if black pins it, then this doesn't work so much anymore, although it's also quite it's a quite aggressive possibility from white. The idea is that the beetle gets in here, frees the mosquito, but it's probably a bit too risky. So okay, black goes for this ambiguous pin. I don't know how to call it. I know that we usually call ambiguous spider a spider that is basically doing a fork, a double attack. So maybe ambiguous pin is probably not the best name, but it actually describes quite well, I think. It describes quite well because it's not pinning one of the two pieces. Is white who decides which piece is being pinned. So white could move the mosquito here, and then the beetle is pinned, or white can move the beetle, and the mosquito would be pinned. Of course, white can and probably should consider a move like this one, because it's probably a good idea in the long run to have a safe end game. Black cannot prevent white from spawning a new piece there, so let's say after something like this and something like this, or maybe even another beetle, I'm not sure. White has got the mosquito back in the pocket. Black has pretty much lost an ant, even though still the ant game is quite okay. But if white plays this, black could decide to pin the ant, but then the mosquito also could get on top of the hive, and I'm not sure at this point. This white ant is in the bidirectional pin, but I think white has a good control of the ant game at this point. I don't know, it's a little bit tricky. I am not sure I would have. This ambiguous pin is more common where there is an ant and a mosquito, so that this pocket is broken once one of the two pieces moves. But in this case, white has time to cover the ant and reform the pocket, and therefore I'm not sure why would be good for black. It definitely makes white plan a bit more a bit slower. It becomes a more long run end game plan, because white has to spend time to cover ideas. The time control is pretty much balanced, it seems, so they only spent 3-4 minutes pretty much. Well, with the increment, considering the increment, maybe a bit more, but I mean, white could also ignore this and complete a pocket, for instance. White could thinking of some other bit more weird move, but I'm not really sure. This would control this spawn point for black. But, well, two of them, get rid of two spawn points. At the same time, the black ladybug would be in a bidirectional pin, so white would have a chance to eventually move into here without being afraid of the ladybug moving out, but that would require a few moves, right? What is white gonna play here to be safe as anti-spawn defense? Maybe something like this with the idea of moving in. Okay, so Jewdoka decides to go for this, which I thought as well was a reasonable move. Not the only option, but I'm curious to actually know what was DrBeeezz thought process in this. I'm sure he had some idea. To make sure that white, to try to fight the white double beetle setup. Black has also some kind of options like this, but I would say that placing a pillbug would pretty much stop sure the beetle has a pocket, but what else? It's actually a bit annoying to spawn an ant here, because as soon as the ant moves, this mosquito gets stuck. So maybe something like this, just to create... Oh no. Okay, it's getting back. Okay, I haven't lost the my internet connection was going down. I'm not sure why, it's not working great, but we're back. So this spider could be a sort of sacrifice for the structure, a structural move to keep the pocket in place. And eventually the spider could even attack the queen. I guess white will play something like this, but we're going a bit too far probably. I think it's safer for black to play something like this. White could even think about completing the pocket in this way, because the pillbug, I like this kind of structure. I played it sometimes as black. So when the pillbug is in proximity position to your own queen, but it's also on the same side of the opponent queen, so it can be used to, in some cases, to throw pieces into this space, and it could be quite dangerous. Okay, black spawned ant is actually there. Main line. How will white play now? I'm thinking it's very natural to recreate the pocket again. If white doesn't do it now, then black might be able to ruin it, even though there are not really good moves for black to do it. So maybe white also has some options like this one, or this one, let's say. And then if black pins, white can at that point complete the pocket, because breaking the pocket, how, this way, doesn't really look great to put your ant next to the queen. Although Also, white structure is a little bit weird. So it's not impossible, but it doesn't look good for black. So pinning the ant will be natural, and then recreate the pocket. And now black is, well, actually it still has an ant. And it cannot be easily pinned as well, right? Because white would have to self-pin to anchor the ant now somehow, otherwise the mosquito will just throw it away. So it's quite okay. It's quite balanced. I'm not sure what's the... I think in the long run it's slightly better for white, but I think that could be said for most openings. So they're taking their time. We are now at move 15, so they have played 8 moves each. They played, yeah. Wait, how can we move? Oh no, okay. So move 14. Sorry, they both played 7 moves only, so that's quite. There's quite a lot still to go through. They spend around 7 minutes each, probably more because of the increment, and white will... Okay. So no completing the pocket yet. So now white has actually the option of completing the pocket on the other side. I'm not sure there is a certain advantage. I mean, this pillbug, it could have gone here directly, but I assume white is not interested in that kind of setup. Otherwise, he would have played it straight away there. Okay, black played quite quickly a beetle. I would have played probably a mosquito, a bit more flexible. But I guess black wants to threaten to go up with the beetle. Okay, so he wants to complete the pocket on the other side. It feels to me it's a bit too many pieces. What I mean is, this pocket is made of 4 pieces, 4 plus this ant here. So it requires the pillbug and the queen to stay in place there. If white had placed a piece here, it would have required only 1, 2, 3 pieces to stay. Also, this ant will eventually move at some point, right? And this mosquito can't move like an ant. Definitely the white mosquito could advance. So if this happened, then this is pretty much surely happening. Of course, not the end of the world, but white would definitely have an inner hive attack. Something like this probably. Well, hard to say. Or the other option is to ignore that and take the inner hive game first. which probably is a bit better, just because if white pins the ant, then black can advance with the beetle. So this ant has to stay in place to keep the mosquito able to cover the black beetle. I suppose white will play something like this. At this point, the white mosquito is free if the ant moves. But it seems to be a bit worse than before. I'm not sure. I mean, again, it could be a long end game, but Happy Kiwi has won so many games in this way. Just simply, simply, I mean, with many moves and many precise moves, many accurate moves. But like without attacking straight away. That's what I meant. In control long end game. Okay, so black goes for the inner hive control. So let's saying white shall not pass. The white mosquito shall not pass. But we are in this a bit complicated situation where this mosquito cannot move if the white hand moves, and also vice versa. But white goes for this, which is a relief sacrifice or something like this. So now the ant underneath under the beetle cannot move, and the beetle number 1 is able to move again, and maybe could come down actually, like after something like this. This is possible. It's not so easy for white to attack anyways. Okay, but black doesn't give in the temptation. Doesn't pin the ant, and actually now black is inviting white to pin the ant. Something like this. I wouldn't play it again, because we have the similar situation to what happened for white, right? Similar, maybe, yeah, pretty much mirror of what happened for white. So I don't think white will play in this way, probably this. And black start to have some momentum. I mean, white can still play a beetle here, fair enough. But I'm thinking that a move like this, with the idea of pinning the beetle, could be annoying. Okay, so before going for any other operation, white insert this intermediate attack to the ant. So a minor piece attack, which is at the same time also threatening the pin replacement. So it's a double purpose spider, or ambiguous spider, how you want to call it. Although I'm thinking if black pins it, okay, it's not great in the short term, because black has got 2 ants occupied with this, busy with this operation here against white ant and white spider. So it's slightly worse. At the same time, though, this move makes sure that black has got always a pseudo pocket here. The mosquito cannot be pinned. Any piece that will be positioned here will not be pinned. Okay, black goes very quickly for that. But white has an ant majority. It could be a temporary advantage, but it does now. How is white gonna take advantage of it? The problem is always that actually this ant is not really that mobile, because the black beetle will advance. I mean, it's not the end of the world, to be honest, because after this and something like this, the position is actually okay. Black has qualified for the win, but if white has a material advantage, it doesn't matter too much. But instead of doing that, white decides to first make sure to avoid black invasion from the inside of the hive. How is black gonna make his ant situation better though? His ant game. Or the cubic is here as well. Hello, Pedro. Give us some comments on the chat. So white is trying to prevent the black to attack from the inside of the hive, and at the same time also has these two ants here, or one only, depends on if the mosquito will be mobile or not. Black, on the other hand, what does he have? It's not really, because even placing a spider here, it doesn't really work well, because this spider cannot even threaten a pin replacement, and it doesn't really pin the queen. It would go over like hand 1, maybe. I'm not sure actually. Yeah, it seems one of those positions that it's quite good for white in the long run, but black doesn't look bad. And also black has got 6 pieces in reserve and white only 4, so black can still, sacrificing a couple of pieces, get back into the game. But how? Also, this move, it's kind of always useful move. It can jump here to the right at some point. Of course not right now, because this pocket is shared by these two ants, so if black gets in, the white ant will get out first. But at some point after the maneuver with the spider, for instance, could happen. How is white gonna, let's say black just plays something like this, how is white gonna attack though? Let's say pins here. Okay, this seems still a useful move. Okay, black decided to go for that immediately instead. It's still not really clear. I mean, okay, black could place another beetle here, and it's not really clear how is white gonna attack. Notice also that even if white goes for this move, this ant is not really an anchor for any beetle attack, because all the beetles are here. But I'm also thinking if something like this could work at some point. Okay, this immediately doesn't work, but can white make it work somehow? Another beetle in play. Yeah, I'm not sure. These two beetles, well, mosquito and beetle, they do quite a good job protecting the black queen. Can white control this pseudo pocket somehow? Can break it somehow? Something like, I mean, very weird, but something like this. Now black cannot use that, but I have sacrificed another spider, so maybe that's a bit too much. Maybe he has to just let black use it again, because it's not even clear what black will be able to do with 3 beetles. Okay, can cover the white ladybug, maybe can qualify for the win, but what else? Oh, a few people watching, thank you. Let me see what the chat is saying here. Nothing too interesting. Connection. Ah, no, connection not good again. Why? What's happening? Oh my. Oh no, I'm back. Okay. Am I still in the stream? I hope so. I'm back, it seems. Ah, this connection. I have to do something. Sorry. Okay, wow. Oh, what? I wasn't. I mean, I was considering this, but what? Oh, well, actually, I was considering jump of the mosquito. I'm just. What comes after this? Maybe this move? Okay, what's the point? Because this beetle can. What if just the beetle, the mosquito stays there? Maybe even something like this. Oh, okay. Here it comes. Because if the white mosquito goes here, we have this. Okay, so maybe eventually white will qualify for the win. But I guess black is saying that it doesn't really matter so much, as white doesn't have very good line of attack. Yeah, or Pedro is saying white advantage, but depends on the use of the black pocket. Yeah, it's definitely an important asset for black. This move from white, I feel it's a little bit too ambitious, but I mean, maybe it's what is needed. I would say this move has to be played, and after this, no, wait, what was the other move that I? Okay, this was the first move that I considered. Maybe actually black doesn't have to. No, I did it wrong. So this is okay for black. Black just stays. Right? Black just stay there. What will black will play another move, right? Black play what? Maybe now a pin replacement will make sense, since this move must have some other sort of ideas somewhere. Let me check Discord if there's anything I'm missing. No, okay. Any other questions or comments? Welcome. Time management also pretty good. Both players use the same amount of time. They have both 18 minutes left, so I really wonder what is white gonna play here. The fact that it hasn't used much any minor piece. And it went for kind of trying to counter the inner hive dominion from black. didn't really work. I mean, I don't know. I might miss a lot of moves here, interesting moves. But let's say this happened. This seems, well, actually, I was considering this move first, but let's say this other would happen. The beetle covers the beetle and is ready to cover the queen, so the white beetle will go there. Is any other interesting option? Something like this to force a reaction from black. I think it doesn't work either because the ladybug can just be pinned, and sure, white can pin the beetle, but how is white qualifying for the win at this point? Not really sure. What else can, something like this with the idea of just covering the beetle later, but I guess black can just continue this way, and then again white is not qualifying really for the win. I mean, it can take maybe advantage of the fact that black has covered its own queen, but black can even play this, and that should be fine. Maybe this one. Although after this, do we have a... No, I don't have a gate because this is higher. Wow. So it could qualify for the win. But other than that, it's not clear how white is going to finish the game. So it could be risky. It's true that white has to take some risks at this point because of the match situation, but maybe not so much risk. Oh no, is my... Oh, okay, I thought my internet was dropping again. Okay. Okay, this of course Jewdoka will play something that I that I had not considered. That would be too easy if I knew all the moves in advance. What is... Okay, first of all, white is threatening to win, right? White and 3 to the bottom left of the queen. Would black just move the queen away? If it does, the black beetle's number 2 gets stuck. Can white take advantage of this somehow? It doesn't seem so. I wouldn't say so. Also, the white hand just kind of stay here to control the spawn point. If he moves, then black could free both ladybug and beetle. I'm not sure what... There's always this option and free the mosquito, but black would be able to pin the ant, and now I'm not sure. Okay, black is moving away, right, but not where I thought. I guess makes more sense. I'm not sure if this ring... I mean, this ring helps this beetle to get on top, so fair enough. And if white plays this, then black can free the beetle in this way, so I guess this makes sense. So what else can white do here actually? Something like this. Black could even consider maybe this, because I'm not sure where this beetle is going. Well, I could go here. Okay, so is this moves quite obvious or not? Because the mosquito could maybe, can a mosquito create some issues? Maybe it could jump out and then convert to an ant, but it's not obvious for DrBeeezz if this is the move. I think he would have played quicker. So, what are the options here? Other than freeing the beetle, as we said, what else? We could go for a pin replacement again. Some white will be able to switch the pin, to shift the pin, and but that seems again more natural. Maybe this is another option to change the structure of the hive, but I guess DrBeeezz doesn't like that. So hopper, let's free the beetle. Also, this ladybug is free, but whenever it gets free, all the rest gets stuck, right? So, or maybe something like this to free the mosquito, but I'm not sure I like it very much. I think Jewdoka is trying to go for suffocating, like surrounding the pillbug again, probably. If the beetle goes here, or it just wants to pin the queen and make sure it doesn't move, and then the ant is free again. Not sure where it would go, but there is always some team like this where it surrounds the pillbug, almost surrounds the pillbug. I mean, there is a hopper to move, so not so clear, but okay. So black instead of moving the second beetle on top, it covers the ladybug. So at this point we expect either the mosquito or the beetle to cover the beetle again. Let's say something like this. The ladybug is free. Maybe this is the idea. And now the black mosquito is threatening to move to cover the white mosquito. Black has this option though. And now we have this towers. That's tower of beetles. I mean, white is not really forced to recover the beetle, but what else? I guess this would be the other option. Okay, recovered, but with the beetle, not with the mosquito as I thought. This mosquito is stuck for now. Again, this is an idea. This is an idea as well, although letting your pillbug to get covered just like that. But what else can you do to free the white mosquito, right? Something like this. This is also an option, to be honest, because I think black seems still pretty safe, and is black the one attacking? Maybe I'm traveling too much with my imagination. Let's go back. So this move happened. Now it's DrBeezz's turn to understand what to do. Moving the ladybug makes sense because he leaves the white beetle underneath the mosquito, which I don't know why I cannot show. Stuck. And I hope this game will have some fireworks at some point, like in the previous game. What else? What else can black do? I mean, try to free the queen in this way. With a different idea. I mean, to pin the ant. That seems also reasonable. To if white wants to, black wants to play safely. Still, the white beetle here is stuck, but yeah, black attack on white queen is also a bit slow. Well, I mean, it's not happening for now. Okay, he goes for that. Ambitious. The doctor is ambitious. Let's call it Dr. Ambitious. I remind the audience that Joel is only DrBeeezz, aka DrBeeezz, is only 18. Not even sure if it's 18, 17 or 18, from the Netherlands, and he started to play less than 2 years ago. So quite impressive. Jewdoka, aka Joe Schultz, is a veteran. He's won 4 times World Championship, and yeah, and as we've seen in the previous 2 games, he has found all sort of ideas. So black seems to be better now, but I wouldn't say it before the game is over. White played this pretty quickly. I assume is to free the ant. I guess that this move now can also be countered by this, and black will have to pin the beetle here before moving on with the operation. Although white has some, just thinking if this would work. No, this wouldn't work. So I guess white cannot really advance with the beetle. What if black mosquito advance here? How can white free this beetle here? Maybe something like this? Is it planning in playing something like this? I don't know. Doesn't seem though that it will manage to actually free the beetle will ever reach the queen. Doesn't seem so. Well, just white pin the beetle. But it really doesn't seem a pleasant situation for white after 39 moves and almost an hour of play. I mean, I guess DrBeeezz doesn't want to play this move so lightly because the beetle could get free eventually, but not so easily. What else has black? What else is black thinking? As usual, the pin replacement. That's always an idea. Or this actually. Actually, this is another option. This is another good option. We're making sure that this beetle will not move. It will be even harder for white to move it. At the same time, black is threatening to pin the ant. Okay. Black is going this way with the beetle. Okay, so it doesn't want to be pinned, but at the same time it's not rushing into the attack. I suppose black's next move will be mosquito covering the white beetle, and then the black beetle advancing to the top left. Also, interestingly, once the mosquito covers the beetle, this mosquito, the white mosquito here, would not be able to copy the beetle anymore. Which, I mean, it could have ant power if white plays something like this. And so convert into an ant, there would be a couple of options. Just thinking this doesn't work, unfortunately, because black can just move the queen away. But maybe something like this. This doesn't work again. It's not really clear. I feel the position is a bit suffering for Jewdoka. It's a bit saffron. Oh, can you increase my volume? Oh, sorry. Is it very low? Thank you for telling me. I think it's just I don't speak very loudly in general, but I'll make sure to increase it now. It's actually increased. It's actually higher than usual. But let's go a couple of decibel up. Let me know if it's fine. Okay, I increase it quite a lot, so it should be fine. I'm between the green and the yellow part. Oops, that was too much. Okay. So as we said, the situation, it doesn't seem very easy for Jewdoka. Never underestimate Jewdoka though, so can white complete the pocket somehow and free the mosquito? A bit late though. So I'm not sure what's the move. I think the word I say the most, it's I'm not sure, which is not great, but it's that I don't see anything great. I think white just has to defend and hope that black makes a mistake. Well, at this point, this move actually could make a bit more sense because the beetle will get stuck there, but I don't know, we're in the same situation as before, pretty much. This beetle will be free now, but I can't even reach the black queen without allowing yeah, black to actually will cover the beetle before it can reach the queen. So yeah, probably the first big mistake was, yeah, even just going down with the beetle. This already seems a bit dodgy to me. It will be a long thinking now. Long thinking time. What else are people saying here? There's a lot of comments here. Yeah, Cavaliers is also saying the white beetle move was unnecessary. And yeah, I was probably impatient. That was it. And unfortunately, there are some critical moments. Then you have to be patient and wait. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Probably also the situation of the match doesn't help, right? More pressure. Maybe an insight. Now I'm thinking the ambiguous pin of DrBeeezz was actually, I wouldn't say was prepared, but it makes sense because white can have an advantage, but has to play a sort of game that Jewdoka, it's not really his style. So maybe that was something that DrBeeezz thought could work. So we are at this point. Okay, so white played this move, free the mosquito, but at the same time basically giving up on the beetle game pretty much, because after this the white mosquito cannot copy the beetle and climb up, but it has an extra ant, so has a very good ant game. The problem is though that the beetle game is actually too good at this point. It's a bit scary. There's 2 direct drops here. White can control one of the 2, but I'm afraid that it will be complicated. Yeah, DrBeeezz played quite quickly now. He's probably trying to put some pressure, time pressure as well. But to be honest, it's also quite a natural move, unless white can free. Oh no, my internet again. Unless white can free the beetle somehow. Would this work? This is interesting. Ah no, okay, it went for something. Okay, it's surrounding the pill bug again, I guess. Okay, this is the idea. Once this happens, this could happen, but white doesn't need an extra piece actually to win. So because this move would lose, but at the same time white is not threatening to, so I guess white will play something like this. Okay, so now things get tricky. So again, Jewdoka, 9 lives. Maybe there is something there. If black doesn't doesn't cover, ignores. Oh, actually, this move could work as well. Just thinking if black continues to attack something like this, the white can cover the pill bug, and now could be quite dangerous because white is ahead, right? So I don't think it can be ignored, this move, but what about this? Now white mosquito doesn't have beetle power anymore, but still surrounding the pill bug, so not easy. A move like this wouldn't work very well because white can get even more ant game, but it's matter of time here, understanding who gets first, because the black pill bug is also almost surrounded. Maybe even something like this could work, because after this and this, now black is in trouble. So I suppose black would have to go for something like this to free the hopper. It will get into a game very similar to the previous one. I mean, similar ideas to the previous one. Oh, this isn't a very good. This hopper is in a great position, unfortunately. Can white attack with this pill bug? Okay, I mean, I'm going a bit too far, but it's just a way to show that white has some options, and I think at this point DrBeeezz realized as well, so that he has to be careful. Very interesting that I always teach that, I mean, to beginners, that beetle is really important in order to qualify for the win, right? To neutralize the opponent pill bug. But there are many other options actually. Jewdoka proves that. I mean, the other main option is to surround the opponent pill bug, pretty much. Okay, so black went for covering the mosquito. So I assume this is a move that would come. Yeah, okay, pretty fast. How is black gonna defend now? Because then white hand 3 in the kill spot bottom right is quite it's quite dangerous. It's quite dangerous. I guess this ant can get away, because the point is that if the spider completes the pin replacement, then it's a bit harder to, well, just thinking if it's harder for white to surround the pill bug, but if the white ant 1 gets to the right and the white ant 3 gets to the bottom left, still the situation is critical. So can black create a gate somehow? Okay, he went for that actually. He went for that. So this seems natural, but then the problems are not over for black. Very good plot twist. Very good comeback from white. Don't know yet if it's enough, but it's definitely very dangerous. This pill bug is now not really in... it's not really healthy anymore. After this... I guess black can make sure that the pill bug doesn't bother him anymore. And after this, I can make a gate here. Okay, so Jewdoka went for something different instead. He still wants to keep the spider there. Because after the hopper gets in here, then again, threatening to win. I see this might be... it gets quite hard, to be honest. Because... what about something like this? Maybe white has a draw at very least. But well, white doesn't want to draw, right? So... oh, this actually... this would be a dangerous idea. Very dangerous idea. If black tries to get the hopper out, white just goes in. Oh well, actually this ant is free, so maybe not. Maybe just something like this, and the ant gets in. Okay, black should be able to defend, but it has to be very careful. But I just give for granted that the spider here solves problems, but maybe white can just play this. Black covers the pill bug, and black pins the ant. Can white find a trick somewhere? Something like this, but the hopper comes out, and now I'm not really sure. Black gets another mosquito now. Sorry, it gets, oh no, I thought this was an ant, it's not. So, nope. I could play something like this maybe, but after this... black can still create a gate this way. Which white can... well, okay, it becomes a bit complicated now. Let's see. Oh, so black... so white find a way probably to... no, okay, we have to go back a couple of moves. So the spider here was... like, it made sense, but this move came very fast. So how is black gonna create a gate now? That's the problem. That's the problem. This seems a very hard problem now for Doctor. Because after something like this and this is game over. Well, actually, this is a gate. But after this, white is forced to play this. And white wins. Oh, wow. Okay. So one wrong step for DrBeeezz and Jewdoka. Yeah, never say never. Black has other options at this point. I think the idea of covering this mosquito was a bit tricky. Was not. Look how precise, how accurate is Jewdoka in this position. Overloading the pill bug in the right way, and this spider move here. This is maybe one of the best moves I've seen recently. Very good. I'm not sure how do you call this move? Like I don't know, like putting a wall here, changing the path of the spider. So after this move, there's only one option. That's the thing. There's it's all forced. Oh no, actually it's not forced. Sorry. There's another gate here. Oh. Okay. Wow. Can white well, yeah, we get in the same position as before, and yeah, white wins again. So yeah, the gate actually is not. It's crazy, this spider. Yeah, wow. One of the best moves, move of the year. I need to make a video about this. It's a great puzzle. Find the winning move for white. And also he used the last piece, so all the pieces are in play. DrBeeezz has been the oh wow, Jewdoka played instantly this move. I think he has noticed. Yeah, I think they are just playing, they know already. This is gonna be a win for white, but so I mean now Jewdoka is taking his time, but it's gonna see this, and there's no other. Oh no, wait. Oh no, there's no other option, because even this move. Yeah, there's no other way. I was thinking this move would work, but white still has one free end. So black is forced to play this, and then after this move, it's game over. Oh, DrBeeezz was so close, so close. But okay, it's still 2-1 in favor of DrBeeezz, so the next two games will be crucial, and DrBeeezz has a white in both games. Wow, Jewdoka's 9 lives. I was already gonna say, oh, the young generation destroy the old one, but not yet, guys. Is it another move that I haven't considered? Am I no, I think there's no other move, right? Yeah, there's no other move. So where was the mistake? Was it maybe covering the mosquito? I would think that covering the mosquito is a mistake, or even though it's probably already there's probably a lot of options still for white to create some issues. The game is over here. Oh wow, interesting, very interesting game.